Magirawasu and the Temple of Reversed Time. In the heart of a forgotten forest, veiled by mists and silence, stood a temple no one dared speak of. Locals called it Jikanji, the Temple of Time, a place where the sun never rose and the wind blew in reverse. Stories told of monks walking backwards, candles unmelting into wax, and prayers whispered before they were spoken. No one ever returned from there, but Magirawasu, the young samurai with fire in his spirit and sorrow in his eyes, had heard a name, his mother's name, carried by the wind from that cursed place. So he entered, inside the temple. The moment his foot crossed the gate, everything changed. The leaves on the ground rose back into the trees. His breath entered before it left. Even the beat of his heart felt wrong, like it was ticking backward. He unsheathed his blade, but it re-entered the scabbard before he drew it. Time was truly reversed here. Inside, shadowy monks moved silently, performing rituals in reverse. Water flowed upward from fountains, candles rebuilt themselves. Statues watched him with knowing eyes. A whisper echoed in the walls. If you stay too long, you will forget who you are. A familiar voice. In the central hall, Magirawasu saw her. A woman kneeling in prayer, robes flowing like water, her face glowing with gentle light. His mother, but she was young. Too young. She turned and looked at him not as a mother, but as a stranger. "Who are you?" she asked. I'm your son," Magirawasu said, heart pounding. "That's not possible. I have no son. I am only 17. He realized the temple was pulling her backward toward her childhood, toward before she had him. If he didn't act soon, she'd forget everything. Even how to speak, even her name. Breaking the flow, Magirawasu remembered the words of his late uncle. Time is not an enemy, but it demands respect. In the center of the temple stood an ancient bell, cracked and untouched. Its ring was said to anchor moments, bring stillness to time. Fighting against the backward flow, Magirawasu climbed the steps. Each step felt like swimming through glass. The monks whispered backwards chants. Shadows tried to pull him down. With one final cry, he drew his sword and struck the bell not with force, but with purpose. Clang. Time halted, then moved forward. The release. The monks faded into light. The temple crumbled into wind. Magirawasu collapsed beside his mother, now restored to her true age, eyes wide with tears. She remembered. They embraced for the first time in years, not bound by grief, but by something stronger, the courage to face time itself. Epilogue. Magirawasu left the forest, carrying no treasure, no trophy. Only the truth that sometimes the past must be let go, but never forgotten. The temple was never seen again. But when the wind blew a certain way through the trees, some said you could still hear the echo of a bell and the quiet steps of a young samurai walking against the flow of time.